Hey everyone, welcome to Lee and Kim's Compound. Of course, I'm Kim. I know Lee had stated in our last video that he had some news, exciting news, and it's definitely exciting for him more than anybody. But today is June 29th, it's a Monday, and it is his first official day of retirement. No longer has to go to work, so every day is Saturday, and when somebody asks him what time, his response is going to be, who cares? But I'll let him explain to you how he feels about his retirement.
I don't know, but isn't today July 1st?
Yeah, no. No,
Seriously.
no, it's June 29th.
Well, my official date was July 1st.
Yes, but you weren't going to work 2 days out of this week and then
Oh.
go back,
All right,
so
well, I'm not retired then. I got to go.
yeah.
Yeah. No. Wow. See, that tells you right there what it does to you. It's pretty funny. I seriously thought today was July 1st. But you know what? Like you said, who
Yeah,
cares?
why bother going in for 2 days and then
Yeah.
for the week?
Who cares what, what day of the year it is?
Every day is Saturday.
Yeah. But a retirement is a surreal experience. It really is. You work your whole life and you wait for this day to come. And of course, you never think it's going to get here, but when it is here, it's totally different. It's another day. You just think about that, you know what? I don't have to get up at work in the morning. I don't have to go to bed early. And that reflects in our attitude and everything else. I feel really good, like a weight's been lifted. It's just an amazing feeling. And I'm looking forward to retirement with Kim. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Our
You
schedule.
get a lot of projects done, that's for sure.
That's why I was going with this next statement. My honey-do list looks like a phone book.
It does not.
Well, the yellow pages. Maybe not the white pages, but those look like the yellow pages. But we've been planning them, and we got quite a few projects in the works, so we'll have quite a few more videos. And now that we can spend more time getting projects done. But I'm very excited, and I know Kim is excited too. It really is a great feeling. And I really just want to thank everybody that I worked with in the past. It's been a great experience. It really has. I don't know if any of you know, or many of you know, that right now I'm a retired sheet metal worker, a union sheet metal worker. And it has been great to me my entire work career. I started out in Local 71 in Buffalo, New York. They have treated me well. They taught me a lot. Throughout my career, I have traveled a lot. Kim and I have spent quite a bit of time apart because I chose to travel. I wanted to learn a nuclear field, and that caused me to travel and us to be separated for, months at a time?
Well, yeah, I mean, the first time was like 6 months, and then that's when you went to Florida. I quit my job and moved to Florida. And we stayed there for about 4 or 5 years.
It was 5 years.
Yeah, I didn't care for Florida too much. It was too hot. We were way down south by Miami. It was just way too hot for me, and moved back to Buffalo then.
Yeah.
And then you traveled when we were in Buffalo, so you came and gone. And you traveled a bit in Florida too.
You know what? You're right. I absolutely forgot about that. We moved to Florida so I could work at the nuclear plants down there. I ended up traveling from Florida back to South Carolina.
Yeah, you were down here, South Carolina. You went to North Dakota. You went to
Tennessee.
Yeah, you went to quite a few places. We'd be apart for several months at a time.
Yeah.
Then when we moved back to Buffalo, and then when you came down here from Buffalo again, it was almost a year before I moved down here because I had a house to sell and stuff like that back in Buffalo. And then that's when I retired, because I said I'm not. I did insurance, and I was not going to take another test to get my broker's license down here. So I retired at that stage. So I've been retired for quite a while now.
You know, even though we spent our time apart, it was quite a bit of time too. It was all working for the same goal, and that's this day, the retirement stage of our life. So just like we're sitting on these rocking chairs right now, this is our life now, and day one of our new life. And it is a new life. It's a totally different experience. But I'm really excited about being here at this point in our lives. Again, I started out local 71, Buffalo, New York. We are from Buffalo, New York. We lived there for, what, 50 years? A long time. Talked Kim into, as I was standing on a roof, or roof, whichever way you want to say it, in the middle of a snowstorm. I said, I can't deal with this anymore at my age. So a little persuasion, and she finally agreed to going down to Florida. And I did spend quite a bit of time there. It was a great experience. Worked at 2 nuclear plants down there. And then Kim did move down, and while I was in Florida, I did travel, going to different nuclear plants and different jobs. But being in a union enabled me to do that, to experience different locals and different jurisdictions, and to meet all kinds of people. It's amazing the amount of people and the kind of people that you meet on the road.
And we've made some good friends through that.
Traveled to TVA, which is Tennessee Valley Authority. That was a great experience. That's beautiful country there. And then we ended up moving back to Buffalo after we left Florida. Florida was too hard on Kim's lupus.
It was just too hot.
Yeah,
It was way too hot. I just didn't care for the location we lived in. It was too suburbanite, too many uppity people. Yeah, I didn't fit in. I couldn't make friends with these people. I worked constantly. I worked from home at that stage. I had gotten an insurance job working from home. So I just worked as much as I could to make the time go by, until one day I just said, this is it. I just don't like it here. I'm not happy. I'm going back to Buffalo.
Yeah, we ended up moving back to Buffalo, and I believe when we got there, was it not? Did we move back in the wintertime?
Right before Thanksgiving, 2 weeks
Right before
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Well, let's just say we live between Miami and Fort Lauderdale, so we're on the southern tip. We're only an hour away from Key Largo?
Mm-hmm.
And what a cultural shock after being down there and coming back to Buffalo. And it was just the beginning of wintertime. And that was enough. It was enough. How long did we stay in Buffalo?
We stayed there for about a year and a half.
Yeah, and it brought back memories of being cold all the time. So we weren't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that. So we ended up
back, and my old boss that I had left my job to go move to Florida. She asked me if I would like to come back, which was great. She was a wonderful boss, and it was a great job. It was one of the best jobs I ever had in my life. And I went back to work for her. I felt so bad when I had to tell her I was leaving to come down to South Carolina.
Yeah, they didn't like me very much.
Yeah, no, she didn't. She was pretty mad at you.
She was mad at me. She loved me, but she was mad at me. You can have that love-hate relationship, which I think that was there.
That was part of the reason why I said I wasn't going to go back to work when I came down here. I said I have the perfect job, the perfect boss. This is the second time I have to give it up. I'm not going back to work then.
Yep.
So
with the traveling, you can go on what they call outages, and those are short-lived. Those are maybe 30 days to 90 days, and we knew we could spend that time apart. And then I ended up staying longer than I should have, and that's why we ended up down there probably almost 5 years, maybe a little over 5 years down in Florida. Then we decided, I did some job searching down here, and I wanted to stay in the nuclear industry. It's a very interesting industry. You learn a lot, and a great responsibility comes with that job. So I ended up moving down here to Aiken, South Carolina, which I won't discuss where I worked, but uh, being nuclear, of course, we decided to stay here. We stayed down here in a camper for how long were we in it? We actually lived in
We
a
lived in an
campground.
RV for almost 4 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, almost 4 years. Because we've only been in the house for 4 years now.
yeah.
So,
We met some great friends at the campground. Kim had bought a 37-foot Itasca, and I lived in that. And again, we were still apart at that time, but she would come to visit a month at a time. It was awesome. With no time off, she would just stay here and visit.
once again, my boss never gave me a problem.
Yeah,
She was wonderful. Take as much time as you want.
she was very
She was a great boss.
courteous with
Yeah,
that.
she was
Absolutely, and very understanding. And then we thought about it, and we said, "Hey, what do you think about living in South Carolina?" We had a discussion about it, and you know what? It seemed to be the perfect geographical location because we're halfway between where we lived in Miami and halfway between Buffalo, New York. The weather here is absolutely amazing. As a matter of fact, right now it's like 93
Yeah.
degrees.
There's a couple months in the summer that's a little too hot for me, but I do like the season changing. That's one thing I really missed in Florida because fall's my absolute favorite time of the year. But I do get to experience the different changes in the weather down here.
Yep. Yeah, Kim and I had made the decision to move to South Carolina, and we started
To
looking
stay
for
here.
land.
Yeah. We made the decision to stay here. We had bought, after the Itasca, before I moved down here, we went and got a fifth wheel to
And we
live in. Yeah,
we bought that
in the
in
winter.
January in Buffalo, New York.
Now, mind you, we had a Great Dane and an English Mastiff living with us at the same time. At this time too.
You all know Gunther and
So,
Gretchen.
Yeah, no, I think Gretchen was already passed when you started the channel. I don't think they met Gretchen. But
Oh, I
Gretchen,
showed the
yeah.
picture of her.
Gretchen was a big girl. She was, at that stage, she was probably 140 pounds easy. And Gunther was close to 200 pounds, and we lived in a fifth wheel. It was a pretty good size one, but all the same, we lived in a fifth wheel. We did that for 4 years, and it wasn't bad.
No, but at the same time, we also made really good friends at the campground.
Yes, I
Some
made one of my
lifelong
best friends down here, Lisa. I don't know what I would have done without her. Unfortunately, I don't get to see her too much anymore because they moved to Edgefield, and it's not like a far ride, but I just never get a chance to get out there. I got to make time though. But she is definitely one of the best friends I could have ran into down here. She'd give me her shirt off her back. Her and her husband Sam, they're wonderful people.
Absolutely.
So,
They'll do anything for you. They would do
Yeah.
anything for you. She used to babysit the
She'd come and
dogs for
stay
us.
days here, leave her family and come and stay days to watch the dogs for me.
Mm-hmm.
Anything I needed. She's the one who taught me how to get around here. She took me shopping all the time. Taught me the ropes of all the streets and shortcuts, and she was a life sent for me. If it hadn't happened for her, I don't know if I would have stayed because I would have been once again sitting in the house by myself while you were at work all the time.
Without friends. While I was at work.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I would be like I want to go back home where I have family and friends.
Yeah.
But
And with getting into the nuclear industry and traveling so much, I actually got to work with friends that I met with down at Turkey Point.
that's in
Right
Florida.
outside
Turkey Point was where we worked
in
when we were in
Florida.
Florida.
And I met some great people there. And the funny part is, after we moved here to South Carolina, I ran into those same people again. It's like a group of people that does the nuclear industry, and they you meet them on different jobs in different states, different locations. So that's the familiarity. Did I say that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Don't ask me to spell it. It's out of the picture. But with the friends, and you get to see them all the time. It might be months apart, it might be years apart, but you still run into them again. And it's great. South Carolina, that Aiken area, I think it's wonderful. The driving is not so good. The drivers.
The drivers are
The
not so
drivers
good.
are not so good. You know, we're used to Buffalo, New York driving, and down here it's it's totally different.
Yeah, nobody pulls under the green light to make a left. They wait until it turns red, then they go. So they're the only ones that can go.
And lack
Lots of
of
accidents. Lots of accidents down here for some reason.
that's because I don't think anybody uses their turn signals.
Maybe.
That's got to be it. But nobody down here uses their turn signals. But again, friendly people, very nice people, hospitable. It's what they call it, Southern charm.
Some.
Yeah.
Some still are, you're a Yankee and I'm not going to like you because you're a Yankee instead of getting to know us.
Yeah.
It's just basically because of where we're from. They think we're horrible people for some reason, like we actually fought in a civil war. I don't know.
Yeah. But now, see, like we had discussed, if you would have learned that Southern accent and used it more often,
Yeah.
I don't think we would have had that much.
I'm not ashamed of where I come from. I know I'm a good person. So
Yeah.
either you like me or you don't. If that's what you're going to hold against me, then you speaks more about you than me. So,
But same here. Oh, we met some wonderful friends. Absolutely great. In fact, there goes a neighbor. Now, let's wave. Everybody wave. But that's what you do, I guess,
yeah.
when they drive down your road.
They live down a couple properties down. They got
Yeah.
5 acres down the road also.
But in closing, I was a member of Local 71 in Buffalo, New York, and then I was a member of Local 32 that was Miami, Florida. I believe it was a Fort Lauderdale, one of the two. And then I transferred into Local 399, which is the smart sheet metal local here in Aiken, South Carolina. They're actually out of Charleston, but they have the training center here in Aiken. And absolutely, they welcome me with open arms, just like any other union that I worked out of, or just like every other union hall that I did work out of. They welcome me with open arms. Very friendly, very nice people. And down here, again, they welcome me with open arms, and it was a great feeling. And it makes it easier for the transition. And made a lot of good friends. I will always say that. So if you ever get a chance, I get a lot of sheet metal friends still in Buffalo. Hopefully they'll watch this. They'll be able to see it, but I give them a shout out. That's where it all started, Local 71, Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, your job has really been good to you. I mean, it gave you a very decent living. No complaints.
It did.
Nice retirement. Now it's just time to enjoy ourselves and do a little bit of traveling. And, we have a lot of property to upkeep, so we can't take off for too long periods of time right now.
Yeah, we got a lot of
But,
damn berries to pick in the back.
Got a lot of beer, got a lot of homesteading to start doing. I've been doing a lot of research on that now that he's home to help. We're going to get into a lot of projects as far as homesteading goes, canning and
Yeah.
making staples to put in our pantry so we don't have all the additives in there. Yeah, we're not getting any younger and we're not getting any healthier, so it's really time
That's right.
to start. I have just started my weight loss journey again. Like I said, I had put on 30 pounds after my cancer diagnosis because I just ate whatever I wanted to, whenever I wanted to. But I just started my weight loss journey again, and we're going to start the gym again. I was
Yes.
seeing a personal trainer twice a week there for a while before my cancer, almost a year before my cancer diagnosis, and I had to stop seeing them, especially after the surgery, because my breathing isn't that great. But hopefully with losing a little bit of weight and working out a little bit, it'll strengthen my lung and I can start breathing better again and get back to where I was and start wearing all my old clothes. I don't have to
Yeah.
buy new clothes again.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
That's right.
yeah, get you healthier too.
Yep.
No excuses.
Absolutely.
I'm tired. I worked all day.
Don't let her kid you. I used to have to go to work to rest.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. You
All the
know that.
projects you have been doing are projects you wanted to do.
That's right. Well,
Most of my projects are on the inside.
That's what you get for buying me a tractor. Yep. Tractor life.
But yeah, we're just going to enjoy it. I know a lot of people said that he's going to drive me crazy, but I don't know.
It's still early yet. Give me
Yeah.
time.
We'll see.
Give me time. I got time.
I don't think you're going to drive me any more crazy than you did while you worked. I mean, you eased me into it because you started working only 4 days a week. So I had you home the 3 days. So you kind of eased me into having you around the house more often. And 4 days a week. So you had Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. So I was used, I started getting used to having you home a little bit more than
That's
versus
right.
when you were doing the 5 days a week.
That's right. Stepping back in time a little bit, what we talked about earlier down at Turkey Point, we were put on a 7 12-hour day schedule.
Oh, yeah, you were gone. If you
That
weren't
was-
working, you were sleeping.
Yeah, and that was, again, you're shooting for the retirement goal. You have to make some sacrifices along the way, and my sacrifice at that time was not spending time with the family.
But you were young enough to do them hours. It didn't, like now I couldn't see you doing them hours now.
Hell no, I barely got through 40.
Yeah.
but
But this is something I pushed for last year. I wanted you to retire last
Yep.
summer. I
Yep.
kept pushing you to retire, and I don't know what happened this year. Finally, he said, "Okay." Maybe it was me nagging. I don't know.
And again, I did love my job. I really did. It's a fantastic job. It was a great career. It wasn't just a job, it was a career. But you
You
haven't.
can always go back part time or whatever.
That's right.
But I don't think you will.
But I know you're right. You did push me for a couple of years. Actually, started 2 years ago for me to retire. You start looking into it, and I was just into my job too much, and that's what sort of pushed it off a little bit. But finally, I said, let's give this a whirl and see what happens.
We ain't getting any younger, like I said.
No.
Time's a ticking. We got some plans. I got some bucket lists
Yeah.
that I need to scratch off.
But I also, I think a big part of that decision was with you having the lung cancer. I think that was a wake-up call right there to
Yeah,
stop and enjoy life and,
right.
do what you
I mean,
want to
nothing's
do.
guaranteed. Now, they did say there's an 85% chance that it will not come back. But there's still a 15% chance that it will. And there are people who make up their 15%.
That's right. That's
So,
right.
you take one day at a time. Now, I go for my first scan since the surgery in a couple days, actually. I go on the 10th. And that'll be my first scan since my lobectomy in December. So that'll let me, keep fingers crossed that it shows a negative result, that there's nothing that shows up again. And if I can get that past 3 years, my chances are even greater than that it won't
That's
come
right.
back.
That's
So, I mean, I have all the confidence that it won't, but that's another reason why I'm trying to change a little bit of our health eating. We don't need all these preservatives that are in our food. If we're home doing nothing, there's no reason why we can't make some canning foods and
Oh,
where we don't have the
absolutely.
preservatives in there and all these chemicals that they're putting in our foods.
Absolutely. And now that we have more time, we had talked about putting in a garden too.
Next year we'll put in a garden. I think it's a little too late now in the season,
Yeah.
but next year we will put in. But I would like to get a greenhouse back there too, so I don't have to stop just because
Absolutely.
summer's over with. Because it does get pretty cold in here in the wintertime for a couple months.
Yeah. Even though the
But-
seasons they still get 4 seasons here. They're just shorter.
Yeah.
The summer is this long, and the other seasons are that long. Yeah, when we do our garden, we got to be careful though, because last night I let the dogs out. There's a deer standing right there in the yard, kind of right across the road.
Yeah, we'll just have to put a fence around it. That's
Yeah.
all.
Not afraid, nothing. Ignore the dogs, and well, of course the dogs are in their pen, but ignore the dogs and just walk right across the road, just moseying right along. So you know that we had talked about when we did Samantha's driveway about her fruit trees. She's just feeding them deer down there, and they're
She's
here.
starting to homestead a little bit too, which makes me really happy because they're all so young down there. So their health will be on a better track also.
Absolutely.
Within the next couple of months, we'll be going
What's
to
our first trip?
Gettysburg. I'm a huge, believe it or not, I'm a huge Civil War buff. I love the Civil War era. I love anything to do with that era. But we are going to go. That's one thing I wanted to scratch off my bucket list, was going to Gettysburg. So we are planning a trip there. Just not quite sure if it'll be in the end of August or beginning of September. We haven't quite picked out a date. Depends on the dog's situation, getting someone to watch our dogs, and
Yeah. Did you on that trip? Did you say we're going to the other places too on our way north? Williamsburg,
Williamsburg,
Virginia.
Virginia. I would like to stop there. Washington, D.C., I don't know. I mean, I would love to see the Capitol and that, but yeah.
But that could be a drive-through. It's
That could be
not,
a drive-through, yeah.
we could drive by and wave.
Yeah.
How y'all doing?
Yeah, Washington doesn't really entice me as much as the other two do.
Yeah. Did I just say y'all?
You might have. But,
yeah, and then from there, we're going to go to Gettysburg. They got the train ride there. They got the...
I want to do some ghost hunting, so...
Yeah, it'll be fun. But we're looking to do, our first trip's going to be historical. Then after that, we have talked about traveling maybe a month at a time. We'll see how that goes. But again, that's just in the works. We're not just going to jump right into it.
Yeah, well, we have dogs, so if we're going to take off for a month, we got to make sure our dogs are taken care of. So that may not be for a while yet. I got grandkids that are old enough to stay here, but...
We'll work on that, but we're all in the planning stage for that. But the trip to Gettysburg is pretty much...
That's a definite. That
that's
will
a
happen.
definite trip. Yeah. We just haven't pinpointed the time.
We haven't pinpointed the time frame yet. Trying to coincide the hotel room with the dates that the train ride are available versus making sure that the dogs are taken care of. I think my son is currently staying here while he just closed on his land, and he has to get his house put on there and that, so he'll probably still be here, so I won't worry about the dogs for this trip. Just trying to figure out when's the best time to go all the way around with. I have a lot of doctor's appointments in July. Not sure what's going to happen in August, so I think we're just playing it by ear to wait for the scan to be done. Yep. And see what the doctor says and make sure that I'm clear to do anything in August. I don't have any follow-ups or anything that I have to do.
Yeah, and actually going towards the August, end of August, middle of August, even though it's a hot month, a little bit up north, it might not be as hot as we think it is.
Yeah, I don't want to go when it's too hot neither and try to walk around. I'm not good in heat.
Yeah, I don't want to go when it's too cold.
Especially doing a lot of walking with lupus. It's, could aggravate. The heat does aggravate, can onset flares, so.
More than me, right?
Yeah. I don't think you've ever onsetted a flare, but.
Yeah. No, I talk about the aggravating part. Yeah, 93 degrees out here, and these bugs are still pain in the ass.
I hate these bugs. I got so bit up yesterday. We went into the pool for a couple hours, and I came out, 3 bites on my face. My legs have bites all over them. It's like just from getting out of the pool, drying off, and coming into the house.
I think they snorkel, too.
I was going to say, they love me for some reason.
But we're happy you're here with us on our journey. And, again, we're very excited about the retirement phase of our life now. So a whole new chapter, and we're going to start rewriting as of right now. And guess what? I slept till 8 o'clock this morning, and I didn't go to bed till 10:30 last night.
Yes, you did.
And normally my bedtime was what?
You didn't even get out of the pool until 8:30 last night.
I know.
Usually you were in bed by 7.
Yeah, usually my bedtime is 7 o'clock, because I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to start work. So we just got to shift our times, that's all.
There is no time.
Yep, no.
I keep telling you, if you want to stay retired, you got to remember. When somebody asks you what time it is, you say, who cares? When somebody asks you what day it is always Saturday.
It's always Saturday. That's right.
You got to get them 2 rules down to stay in the retirement club.
I think we got a little audience up there with the hummingbird.
Yeah.
They're watching.
Which he did good, because last night I asked him when we went to bed, I said, are you going to call in sick tomorrow? And he said, I don't have to. It's Saturday.
I passed the first test.
Yes. Although he did text his supervisor and a couple of the guys he worked with today and said, I just woke up. I won't be coming in today.
And they took it. They laughed. Yeah. It was fun. Again, great group of guys. Yeah, I met some great people along my journey. Kim's met some great people along our journey together. And I'll never forget everybody. But again, sheet metal worker, union sheet metal worker, I'm very proud of that.
From Florida yet, Ron and Luann, who are coming up this September to visit us. I mean, they live in Michigan, and
that's right.
We still maintain that friendship from when we lived in Florida, and he traveled from Michigan to Florida to work at the same plant.
That's where we met.
So they're wonderful people too.
Yep.
So it'll be fun to see them. I haven't seen them in years and years and years. It's been a long time.
Yes, it
And we
has.
kept in contact, so it'll be real nice to see them. I'm excited.
Well, it's like hot out here. I'm sweating. I'm sure you're sweating. And thank you everyone for watching. We appreciate it. And stay tuned in. We have more videos that come in. Thank you everyone. Until the next one, remember, be kind to everybody. You don't know what they're going through. Have a great day. We'll see you.